It's Jeffrey's birthday today, and he hates big celebrations. So I told him I'm going to take him to lunch, but I've got something even better planned. So we're meeting at the flagpole, and the story unfolds. I sort of think over 25, nobody really needs a birthday cake. So what I'm making is I'm making a raspberry orange trifle, little individual ones. It's going to be fantastic. But first I have to make orange pound cake. So I've started with half a pound of butter and 2 cups of sugar in the mixer, and I've beaten them till they're nice and light and fluffy. I'm going to add 4 eggs, just one at a time. It's really important that the butter be at room temperature, and that doesn't mean it's out for like 20 minutes. It means it's out for several hours, and then everything else gets incorporated so the cake is really light. Because it's orange pound cake, I'm adding 1/3 of a cup of orange zest. It's a lot, but it really makes it delicious. Okay, next is the dry ingredients. I need 3 cups of flour. Just lighten it and level it off. I always do it in the sifter to make sure there's nothing in the flour that you don't want in your cake. And it also combines the flour and the other ingredients. Next thing is half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and just sift it all together. And that's the dry ingredients. Most of the cakes I make have butter and sugar mixed and then dry ingredients and wet ingredients added alternately. It makes the lightest cake because everything's incorporated. So now the wet ingredients. I have 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed orange juice, and then I'm going to add 3/4 cup of buttermilk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So that's the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients. I'm just going to add them to the batter. So with the mixer on low, I'm just going to add the flour, about 1/4 of it. Just add it slowly so it gets incorporated. And then the wet, about 1/3. And this is why it's so important, room temperature ingredients, including the buttermilk, because it all gets incorporated into the batter and it really makes it moist and light. Okay, another 1/3. This smells fantastic. The orange zest makes such a difference. So I want to begin and end with flour. Then the last bit of juice. And the last of the flour. This is going to make 2 orange pound cakes, and then I'm going to make it into raspberry orange trifle. Okay, just give it a big stir to make sure it's really well mixed. Okay, now it goes into the pan. I've got 2 loaf pans. They're 8.5 by 4.5 by 2.5. And actually, here's my little trick for making sure they're exactly the same, is I put them on a scale. And then you know you've gotten them exactly the same size. Okay, batter into the pan. I've buttered and floured the pans. Don't want to make a cake that you can't get out. A little piece of parchment paper ensures that too, right at the bottom. This is a really nice batter. And the cake is just really moist and delicious. And then later, I put a little drizzle on it, a little orange syrup that even adds to the moistness. Okay, so these are the 2 pans. Let's see how they weigh. Okay, so that's 211. This one is 2.7. So I need to take a little bit out of this, and we're there. I just want both cakes exactly the same size. I just think it's more professional looking. Okay, and into the oven, 350 degrees for 45 minutes. And then I'm going to put the orange drizzle on it. So I've cooled the cakes just long enough so that I can get them out of the pan. You want them still warm. And then I'm going to put an orange drizzle on them. It's simply half a cup of granulated sugar mixed with a half a cup of freshly squeezed orange juice and cooked over low heat just until the sugar dissolves. So the key to the drizzle is you want the cake warm so it really absorbs the syrup. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. Really adds an enormous amount of flavor to the cake, and because of the syrup, it keeps it really moist. I'm going to use one of these cakes for the 2 individual trifles, not all of it, and the other cake is for the freezer. Perfect.